Welcome to another video from me, Mr. Lewis Moon, or Lewis Moon. Today I'm going to be continuing my Modern Who series ranking, which I've been doing over the past few weeks. I'm finishing the Tennant era today, discussing the specials, so the David Tennant specials, which were from The Next Doctor to The End of Time. Obviously, when it comes to Christmas time, I will put some Christmas specials on the Who meter, but I'll do that obviously when we get to it. So it has been a light week in news, so we don't have to worry about releasing many videos for that. I must apologise that I haven't done a video since Tuesday, and obviously I didn't do one on Sunday, so I'm going to keep up to date. Remember, there's a Q&A on Sunday, so please get your questions in for that. That would be wonderful, and just comment below with your questions, and you can ask us anything Doctor Who related, geeky related, or something about the channel or the podcast or whatever you want. Please get them in by Sunday, and then you can comment live on that live stream. So what do I think of the specials? Well, I really like some of the specials, like I think it is one of the strongest, if not the strongest, performances of David Tennant in Doctor Who. Because, I mean, Tennant, as you may know from our Rank the Doctors list, came out in the top half. Go and find out where on the video on the Miss Lewis Moon YouTube channel. But I think this is one of Tennant's strongest, finest performances as a whole. Obviously, he hasn't got a major companion here, so it'll be a bit tricky when I come to the performance bit later on. But there's some brilliant companions, one-time companions. Obviously, Bernard Cribbins plays a major role in the finale, End of Time. And Bernard, we met him the other week. He's such a lovely fella. He's such a charming guy, and we all know he's if you know him, you'll probably know him as a legend, because he is, but or at least in the Doctor Who calendar. So yeah, he's good in this one. Waters of Mars is obviously one of the finest episodes of New Who, in my opinion. It's a very strong episode, and probably, well, definitely the strongest episode of the specials. Although End of Time, when I watched that last year, before I was thinking it was quite overrated, but then I watched it last year and I was believing it was slightly underrated. So it shows how opinions change through the years. But I love the specials. I think there's some brilliant stories in there. I think the Next Doctor's slightly weak. I mean, it's got a good start to it, and then it deteriorates by the end. But it's still good, and there's still some strong episodes, and I think there's some underrated ones, like The Planet of the Dead, which I quite enjoyed, but that's the 200th episode of Doctor Who. So, yeah, there's some great ones in here. Obviously, there's some great appearances, like John Sim, Lindsay Duncan, Michelle Ryan, David Morrissey, all popping up for roles in the series, and they're all brilliant. So, I'll get a chance to rank them on the Who meter. I think the best episode I've said, and the worst episode I've said. But yeah, it's quite a short series. It's not really counted as a series, but I thought I might do it separately than the series 4. But yeah, I enjoy it. It's one that I like to go back on, and hopefully, if you haven't watched it, you have a chance to get hold of the specials so you can watch them. I'd highly recommend Waters of Mars and End of Time. Perhaps save End of Time for Christmas time, but that's the final Tennant episode if you haven't watched it. So let's go over to the Who meter to see where I would rank the specials compared to the other series of New Who. So here's the Who meter. If you haven't seen it already, it might not be very clear to you, but you might be able to see them very briefly. It's looking quite busy now. The whole of the RTD era, out the main 4 series is on here. So far I've got Series 2 at the bottom and Series 1 at the top of the Who meter. This may change when we get into the Stephen Moffat era. So the specials, I'm going to rank just above the middle, because there's some average episodes and there's some really good episodes. So that's with most series though, so I'm going to put it somewhere just above the middle, so just below Series 4 but way above Series 2. So David Tennant, I think this is his strongest performance. So if we take it from about here and then put him up here somewhere. And then I think Bernard Cribbins, obviously I said he was quite a legend. So I'm going to put him just down here. John Sim, I suppose I better rank John Sim on the Who meter. On performance scale, John Sim's mad, mental, brilliant. I'm going to put him down here. David Morrissey also plays quite a major role in the next Doctor. He's going to go somewhere down here. Lindsay Duncan plays Adelaide Brooke in Planet of the Dead. So I'm going to put her down here, because obviously she's not too major as a character. Michelle Ryan I'm going to put just above David Morrissey. So, there we go, she's Planet of the Dead. Sorry, I said Lindsay Duncan was Planet of the Dead, I mean Waters of Mars, sorry. So that's where I'd rank all of them. It's here, this row, so all above here. So that's where I'd rank the specials and all of the performances in this sort of mini-series of Doctor Who.